we've all been there. You look in the mirror and your hair looks less like a silk scarf and more like bond rope. In the past, the advice was simple: cut it off and start over. But then came bond builders. Suddenly, we were told we could repair hair at a molecular level. Is it actual science? Or are we just paying for expensive molecules that end up down the drain? Today, we're looking at the bond building receipts. Welcome back to Unraveling the Knots, the podcast where we talk, breathe, analyze, and cannot get enough of Afro-textured hair. I'm your host, Ganiat. I love natural hair. The love is deep. I'm a beautypreneur and project manager. Come to think of it, my goodness, it's already April. Time is moving so quickly. At times, it really scares me. Man, when did 2026 start again? But we're in April. I'm actually just learning to appreciate time more. And this is my plug to say we should try to live more in the moment. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. We are building a community committed to championing your true self and beauty. We're all about uplifting the narrative around natural hair, our natural hair. So you're an authentic company and we want you to vibe with us. So subscribe and please share the podcast with your tribe. For our returning listeners, my OGs, you guys, you're the real ones. Thank you so much for being part of the UTK family and tuning into our podcast week after week. Today, we're talking about a category of products that has essentially promised us a witness protection program for our hair. You know them now. Those bottles that claim that they can do magic. They can undo years of heat damage, bleach, and questionable life choices. If you are an ethical, aka nerd like me that loves to understand and research hair, you know that frequent heat use is discouraged for any hair type. And if you've been listening to this podcast, remember that I experienced heat damage last year and honestly, years before 2025. If you want to hear more about my heat damage experience, check out our episode titled 2025 Hair Reflections, Intentionality, and Protein Treatment Mishap. I also talk about my hair goals and what I'm going to try not to do again in 2026 when it comes to caring for my hair. Coming back to today's chat, the popular stance on heat damaged hair by heat or chemicals is that it can't be repaired. The preferred, or should I say easier way to deal with damaged hair is just to trim it. Well, that's old news. Now, there's a growing alternative way to repair heat or chemical damage, aka bond builders or bond repair treatments. Bond repair treatments are hair products designed to restore and strengthen hair. They exist as shampoos, conditioners, and leave-in products. They've actually been in the market for over a decade. And Olaplex, I think, was the first brand to launch an official bond repair product for home use in 2014. I'm not sure if salons had already jumped on bond repair products. I don't know, but based on what I saw in my research was that Olaplex was the first product or brand, to launch a bond repair product. Before I dive into bond repair or bond builders, I wanted to quickly share my own experience with heat or chemical damage. I have not always been the poster child for a naturalista or natural girly. I haven't, to be honest. If you know my hair journey, you're aware, right? I relaxed my hair for the longest time. I didn't understand my natural hair. I didn't understand the importance and the beauty of just having coils. I didn't know how to care for it. I didn't know how to treat it. So for the longest time, for years, for decades, I would say, I just exposed my hair to so much harsh treatment. And then finally, I decided I wanted to be serious about my natural hair. I had started seeing more influencers talking about the importance of just keeping your hair natural and taking care of it. I didn't get the complete guide at a go. It took time. So at first, I stopped with the relaxers and I continued dyeing my hair. I continued using heat. And of course, I kept seeing so much damage. It got to the point whereby I was using dyes and my hair felt like it was just disintegrating right in front of my eyes. It looked like hay, dried hay, just, falling apart. And they didn't teach me. Eventually, I decided, you know what, I need to put those hair dyes to the side and just say bye-bye to them. The one thing that I struggled for the longest time with was heat. It took me a while to be able to put down the flat irons because I loved my hair just looking straight. That was what I knew for the longest time. After having to trim my hair so many times because of all the split ends from the heat damage that my hair was just exposed to, at one point in time, I decided to just stop using heat. Not only was I using flat irons, I was also using blow dryers that were not good for hair. But I finally got to that point whereby I stopped. I still use heat at this point, but I usually try to be very careful so that I don't damage my hair. Now, how can we understand how bond builders work? To understand the fix, you have to understand the damage. So think of a single strand of your hair as a very long, flexible lather. The two sides of the lather are made of protein. And then you have the steps, or should I say the rungs, right? Which you actually stand on. These are the bonds. They are specifically the disulfide bonds, which are the strongest bonds in the hair. These rungs are what give your hair its shape, its strength, and its ability to snap back. When you use high heat, chemical relaxers or bleach, you're not just drying out your hair. You're actually breaking the rungs, the bonds of that lather, aka your hair. Once the rungs are gone, the lather becomes floppy, it feels weak, and eventually it just starts to fall apart. How has science evolved when it comes to hair? In the 2010s, hair science basically said, once the bonds have snapped, your hair is trash. Just rub some oil on it so it looks shiny while it's breaking. But current research has moved us into what is called cross-linking. We've discovered molecules that act like a molecular merging kit. They just go in, find the broken bonds, and merge them back together. So we're not just coating hair anymore. We're actually repairing the bonds that have been broken. I think this is a good time to segue to the trio, aka conditioners, mask, and bond repair. I got a question from a friend of mine a few months ago, and we're just having a discussion about how to repair hair damage, how to take care of your hair. You know the whole hair care talk now. And my friend was like, Ganiat, I already have a $60 hair mask. Why do I need a bond builder again? So let's clear the confusion. First, you have the conditioner. This is your daily lip balm for hair. It works on the very outside. it makes your hair shiny. It gives your hair slip so you don't break your hair, break more bonds actually while brushing your hair. But by the next wash day, it's gone. Next, we have the hair mask. This is our deep hydrator. It's like a luxury spa treat for your hair. It goes a little deeper to fill the hair with moisture and oils. It makes the hair feel plump and soft, but it has not yet repaired the broken bonds. And lastly, there's the bond repair treatment. This is the bonding kit, or should I say the welding kit. It doesn't care about softness. It cannot be bothered about shine for your hair in a traditional sense. Its mission is simple. Find those broken bonds and reattach them. Moving on, one of the things that I found out as I was doing research about bond builders is this controversy. You have a lot of people that actually hate bond builders. So think about it. When you form those bonds, right? Like when you reconnect the bonds in your hair, or if you weld the lather back together, but then you don't lubricate it, you don't put oils around the hinges, the lather is going to feel stiff. So if you use a bond builder and your hair feels crunchy or it feels hard, it's not because the product failed. It's actually because you fixed the hair, but you forgot to add moisture. A bond repair, like a strict bond repair product, must always be followed with a moisturizer. That being said, you also have the option to use the products that offer like 2-in-1 benefits, right? So it could have the bond repair ability, but at the same time, moisturize your hair significantly. And I think we're starting to see this with hair masks. You have some conditioners that have bond repair ingredients in them, but they still focus essentially on moisturizing your hair. I think this is a great time to address the amino acid myth, especially for the people that say, but my deep conditioner has protein now. Now let's settle the big debate. My hair mask contains amino acids. Yes, amino acids are the building blocks of everything. Our hair, our skin. And brands love to claim that their masks repair bonds. Or does it? Amino acids in a standard mask are just like bringing a pile of loose bricks to a construction site, but forgetting the mortar. Yes, they have the right material, but they're just sitting there. They might fill a gap for a day, but they wash away easily because they haven't bonded properly to the hair. A true bond repair treatment uses a linker molecule. It's the merger, it's the linker that creates a covalent bond, which in chemistry is the till death do us part of connections. So unless that conditioner has a patented bonding ingredient like bis-aminopropyl diglycol dimaleate or a specific peptide, not just any type of peptide. It has to be a specific peptide. It's just a temporary filler. Think of it this way. It's like makeup for your hair. Bond repair is more like surgery. Let's talk about the main actors in the bond repair bottle, the ingredients. So I want to name names here. There are 3 main technologies dominating the shelves right now when it comes to bond repair treatments. There is bis-aminopropyl diglycol dimaleate, which is the OG of the category, found in Olaplex. It's like the molecular tinder. It finds 2 broken halves of a disulfide bond and creates a bridge to join them. Then we have maleic acid. Maleic acid is found in products like Redken acidic bonding concentrate. This works by creating a protective shield around the bonds and helping to relink some of the protein chains. Moving on, there's the K18 peptide, which is the 2026 disruptor. While Olaplex bridges the bonds, K18 claims to mimic the actual DNA of the hair protein to plug the holes in the keratin chain itself. It's biomimicry at its finest. And what is biomimicry, you might be wondering? Biomimicry is the practice of looking at how nature solves a problem, then copying those designs, behaviors, or structures to solve human problems. In short, nature did it first. We're just taking notes. And we have the newcomers, including hydroxypropylgluconamide. I hope I pronounced that right. You'll find this in drugstore bundles like the Ordinary or Verb. It's a smaller molecule that creates a new network of bonds inside the hair. And it doesn't end there. There are other bond-building ingredients that are actually in products in the market right now. As we start winding down today's episode, I wanted to address something that some people might be thinking. When it comes to repair that we're seeing with bond repair ingredients, are they actually permanent? What I saw from my research is that the specific repair that bond repair ingredients deliver is permanent. Well, until you break the bond in your hair again. So think of it like a patch on a tire. You're driving, a nail pokes a hole in your tire, and then you apply a patch to basically fix the hole. The patch stays, but it doesn't stop you from running over a new nail tomorrow. If you go back to high heat or bleach, you're breaking new bonds. So think of it this way, it's a maintenance routine and not necessarily a one-time cure, depending on your hair routine. To wrap up our talk on bond repair treatments, I want to leave you with some receipts to save your hair and your bank account. First things first, let's think about strength versus softness. If your hair is feeling mushy or stretchy when wet, you need bond repair. If it feels dry or rough, you need a moisturizing mask. Don't mix them up. And this brings me to the clean canvas rule. Bond builders, especially K18 peptide, hate buildup. If your hair is covered in heavy oils or butter, the bond repair ingredients can't reach the broken bonds in your hair. Always use a clarifying shampoo before doing a major bond treatment. And now, let's think about protein-moisture balance. Never use a bond builder alone. Think of it as the skeleton. You still need the muscle, aka moisture, to make it move. Always follow up with a hydrating conditioner or consider using a shampoo, conditioner, or leave-in with bond repair ingredients. Lastly, and very important, manage expectations. Bond builders can help damaged hair feel stronger, right? It can connect the bonds, the disulfide bonds, right? It can help reconnect them. But if the bottom of your hair is already looking frayed, like pieces of old rope, aka due to split ends or actual split ends, the only bond that works is the one between the scissors and your hair. Bond repair is one of the biggest leap in hair science in 50 years. It's moved us from faking it to actually fixing it. Just remember, it's a tool and not a miracle kit. Check out the show notes for my bond ingredient cheat sheet so you can audit your bathroom cabinet and hair routine tonight. If you learned something interesting from today's episode, please share it, send it to your people, help them be more knowledgeable about hair care and products. And if you're ready to simplify your routine and invest in products that actually nourish, check out our science-backed intentional formulas at www.eydaranaturals.com. Eydara is spelled Eydara. Naturals, Naturals. You can also share your thoughts with us at utkinhair@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram at UTKPodcast. And please leave us a rating. It genuinely helps more people find the show. I'm still your host, Ganiyat. Stay textured, stay informed. See you next time.